Hey everybody, it's Robot here from Vespa Motorsport here in San Diego, California, also known as scooterwest.com for all things Vespa. Whether you got a modern bike or a vintage bike, we got you covered. Check us out, scooterwest.com. So today, I have the full lineup of the 2020 Vespa GTS 300 HPE. This is the new GTS that's equipped with the engine that makes about 12% more horsepower, about 20% more torque. It's definitely noticeable and has amongst many other upgrades as well. I'm going to go over all the different colors, the trim options, everything from the Supertech all the way to the base model GTS 300 and what's in between. So let's start with the base level GTS 300 HPE. This is the base trim, priced at $7,999 here in the United States. Two new colors for 2020. We have Blu Energia, which is a metallic dark blue, very similar to the old midnight blue found on Vespas for several years. And right next to it, the all-new color, Verde Relax, which is a mint green with a slight pearl metallic in the paint finish. The 2020 GTS is also available in Grigio Dolomiti, which is a silver blue finish, a carryover color from 2018 and 2019. So what do you get for $7,100? First of all, you get the base level trim package, which is the chrome bezel, chrome bar ends, the standard mirrors, the standard badges, the 300 badge here, and also just the simple GTS badge. You have the basic grab rail. The seat on all of the GTS 300 range is this tan seat with a leather-like texture. It's a vinyl seat. And moving on to the speedometer. For the complete GTS line, just the standard GTS, not the Super Sports or the Supertech, you get the blue backlighting on the dashboard. So both the GTS and GTS Touring have a chrome front spring. One thing to keep in mind, between the Super Sports and the GTS, they all have the same spring rate. They just change the color of the spring as a trim package. So here we got the Vespa GTS 300 HPE Touring for 2020. They've had the Touring edition for several years. In the past, it's always include a windshield, a front rack, and a rear rack. This 2020, they no longer include the front rack. They do have an accessory front rack in the works. As of June 2019, we don't have the front rack available yet, but we will soon have that as a dealer installed part. The color on this GTS Touring is Verde Bosco, which is a metallic forest green, kind of a British racing green, the classic color. I like the color quite a bit. It's got a little bit of metal content in it. This trim package runs $200 premium over the standard GTS at $72.99. For the $200, you get both the windscreen and the rear folding rack. One thing to keep in mind, if you're going to put a top case on your bike, the folding rack can accommodate a top case, while the standard GTS, you'd need to buy a flat rack. The pair of these accessories, if you had to buy them as accessories, would cost you closer to $400 retail. So onto the trim for the Touring. It's got the chrome grills, just like the GTS, the chrome shock spring, the fly screen, which is about 10 inches over the headlight. It will do a good job if you're a similar height to me, like 5'8", kicking the wind off your chest, but it's not tall enough to keep it off your face. The speedometer has a blue backlight, just like the standard GTS. Unique for the Touring and just the Touring alone is this dark brown with a heavy leather texture. It's a vinyl seat. And onto the folding rear rack. So you see, it includes this plastic clip right here. You can move the rack down, clip that. You can use bungee cords, affix a bag to the back, or it has these spots that move out, and a bracket kit that's included with the top case to mount the factory top case to this flat rack, or this folding rack here. When you do not want it used, you can fold it back up and clip it right into place. And last, we got the touring badge on the glove box door. So on to the Vespa Super 300 HPE. A $100 premium over the standard GTS. You get 4 different colors along with a Super style trim package. Comes in 4 different colors, 1 new color for 2020. This Giallio Estate? I think I got that right. Probably not. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments. My Italian's not great. Non-existent except for the word ciao. I'll get to the point. But it's pretty much a gloss yellow if you're speaking English. Very similar to the Super Sport color that was found on 2018 and 2019 GTS 300, but with a gloss clear coat. In my opinion, I like the gloss clear coat a lot more on the yellow versus the flat clear coat from the Super Sports. The other 3 colors for the GTS 300 HPE Super is Roso Passione, which is the old dragon red, a color that's been with the Vespa lineup for several years. Nero Lucido, which is just gloss black, again a carryover color, and Bianco Inocenza, which is the old Monte Bianco white, which is just a gloss white. Same white you'd find on the Yacht Club edition, popular across the whole entire line of Vespas. They've been using this color. In fact, my own PX is the Monte Bianco white. So 4 colors for the GTS Super 300. So what do you get for $7,200 here on the GTS 300 Super? We'll start on the front. You get the black gloss wheels with the polished aluminum edge. That's a spun aluminum edge. Looks really sharp. They've been doing that for several years on the same 5-spoke wheel that's been found on the GT line for several years, as I commented on in several other videos. Moving on to the shock, you get the red spring. Again, the same spring rate as any of the other GTSs out there. Moving on to the dash, you have the same chrome trim on the scooter around the speedometer, the headlight bezel, the grips, but for the backlight of the dash, it's got the sportier red backlighting. 300 badge on the glove box. Moving on to the rear, you get a GTS Super badge. No sticker kit, just a very clean, simple scooter, the basic grab rail. And for the seat, you get the black with the white piping. That's been a classic for the Super range GTS ever since its introduction in 2009. So now 10 years, they've always done the black seat with white piping. But to add to it, they have this textured seat cover pattern. Looks really good, I like it. It's not perforated like you'd find in a car seat, but has that kind of perforated leather, although it's a vinyl seat, kind of texture to it. Very sharp looking. So again, if you're looking to put a top case on this bike, unlike the Touring Edition or the Stagione, you need to replace this grab rail with a flat rack. It's one optional part that you need if you're going to put the original color match factory top case that we do have available. So for $100 over the standard Super range, you get the Super Sport. Available in 2 colors, the blue being a new color for 2020, Blu Vivace, which is a similar blue to the metallic blue that was found on the 2016 Super Sport GTS 300, but with the premium flat finish clear coat on it. Next to it, you have the very classic titanium finish paint. Ever since 2011, they've been doing this dark gray with the flat clear on it. Looks really sharp, a very popular color for us. Grigio Titano, which is just titanium gray, and very popular color. 2 colors available for the Super Sport. So $72.99 for the Super Sport. What do you get? Pretty close to the same trim as the standard GTS 300 Super. So you get the red spring. You get the all black wheel with the S decal on it. Part numbers on the screen if you're looking for the decal kit. Moving on to the triple chevrons on the horn cover for the Super Sport. They're in red. You see the decal kit is red and black. Moving on to the glove box. You get the S Super Sport decal 300 onto the speedometer. Same red backlighting, same style as the Super. The sticker kit in the rear, red and black. If you don't like the stickers, pretty easy to remove just with a heat gun on low. It's got the GTS Super decal on the rear. And for the Super Sport, you get a different seat. Again, black with the white piping, but now down lower. But it has a textured Naugahyde look, pleated seat cover on the top. So this is a satin, kind of almost a fuzzy texture seat cover on top of the side panels that are just standard vinyl. White double stitching all the way around the perimeter of the seat. So in Europe, the Note has just received its update for the 2020 HPE style engine. For the United States, as of June 2019, we still have the carryover models from 2019. So you still have the Note available at $72.99, the Yacht Club at $7,049, and the GTV 300 Sejorne available at $76.99. I think later in the year, maybe as soon as late July or early August, they will have updated engines on the 3 special edition Vespas. 8 trim levels total for 2020 available for the 300. Is that too many for the same bike? You tell me, or do you like the different trim levels? So here's the new GTS 300 Supertech. So what's so super and tech about this bike? First of all, the price range. I'll just get right to the point. $77.49. That's $650 premium over the standard GTS. So what do you get for $650? First of all, the color. In a lot of my other videos, this has always been one of my favorite colors for all scooters. I love the GT60, which was the 2006 introduction for the GTV range of scooters. The 250cc scooter came in a very similar color, also found on like the old Audi TTs. It's just, the color is just concrete with a gloss clear coat on it, but I love it for some reason. It's always been one of my favorites, so I was very excited about the color. But what else do you get for this extra premium? Well, the tech on it, you get the same instrumentation as what's found on the Electrica and the Primavera and Sprint Sport, but with a couple extra bells and whistles. Instead of the standard analog speedometer, you have I think it's about a 4.5-inch LCD screen, indicates the basic functionality. You have the basic idiot lights, as I like to call them. You have your speed, which is a very large digital readout. You have your fuel gauge, which is a bar graph on the left side, time, outside temperature, showing it's connected to a smartphone right here, and I'll get all into that. On the left side, there's a joystick right here, right next to the horn button, and you could cycle through many different functions. So you can have your average miles per gallon, the real-time miles per gallon, trip odometer, battery voltage, average speed, the time traveled 21 minutes, maximum speed 67 miles an hour, and if you hold the joystick, press it in the center, it will reset those gauges. Hold the button, you just cycle through them. Obviously you got the language. Configuration is pairing it to your phone. You can read the owner's manual on how to do that. Pretty much you find Bluetooth shared device. This is called BT router, which was kind of an odd name. You can also pair up headsets on your helmet. So the whole idea is this can interface between your phone and the Bluetooth earbuds or a helmet that has Bluetooth in it, so you can have music pipe through, but you can adjust the volume and flip through the songs with this little joystick right here. Backlight, you can have it in night mode or daytime mode, or have it automatic. There's a photo cell built into this, this instrument that when you're outdoors in the bright setting, it will reverse and it will be more of a white background with dark lettering, while at the night mode, you have a dark background with the lighter lettering, so it's not quite as glaring at night. Onto the graphics, not too exciting, 3 different options. Show you grid, just cycle through it. Not really the fastest thing. The only thing it changes is you got this little thing, I call it a swimming pool right when I saw it at first. But you could change out the modes. So that's all you get for the settings. Not too many settings, just some basic changes that you can change 3 different looks of the gauges, if you want night or daytime illumination, and pairing with the phone. Not really much, especially in the day of age where we have fancy cars that have huge touch screens in it. Not very impressive, to be honest with you. So on to the phone. So you can see this icon right here. It's paired to a phone. This is an iPhone, whatever, something X Plus. I don't really pay attention to them anymore. Look how big that screen is compared to the little screen that's on this. Kind of wish they did this whole entire thing in LCD screen. This is just my critical thoughts on the bike. They could have did a little bit better. But let's go on to the Vespa app here. So you open up the app. I found the app. This is June 2019. It's been a little bit buggy playing with it yesterday. I got my photo of the bike. You got multiple scooters paired to it. You know, I had the Electrica paired to it as well. Find My Vespa, there's not a GPS in the bike, but it's the last time it connected to your phone Bluetooth. So say you parked in a lot, it just helps you go back to your scooter. I'm not going to go into that. You see 7 miles total. I'm not sure what the distance app. The average fuel economy, since I hooked up, 41 miles per gallon. Not very good because all I was doing is going very slow or hot dogging the bike. The one that everybody was interested in, that you may be seeing photos of this bike, is there's a navigation software. I found the navigation to be pretty good. It doesn't use Google, Apple, or Waze Maps or any of the big names, MapQuest. It uses a map technology called Here. I don't know if it's based on Open Maps. There's quite a few maps out there, but I found it works pretty good. You know, you could type in a place that you want to go to. It routes very, very quick. Unfortunately, for the United States, it does display it in kilometers on the app, but when it sends the turn-by-turn directions to the screen, I notice it's in imperial, you know, yards and miles. So hit go, it will go ahead and route and see if it even connected to the app. You hit this little guy right here, it will hit connecting. It's a little icon down there and make a connection. It's not really the most speedy thing. Okay, there we go. So you can see that the dash now is connected to the phone. That's your speed limit, kind of has a European style sign. Your miles per hour goes up there. And right here is your turn-by-turn directions. So this center one, if I was driving, maybe I'll do a more in-depth video of the operation of this navigation here. So we'll tell you to turn left, bear right, go straight. Doesn't talk to you, but it does have an arrow, and it also counts down in yards till your next turn. And then the second turn will be right there. You have your total miles, the time, which hasn't updated yet because I'm not moving. But pretty much it's like a basic navigation. The idea is you could put the phone right in your glove box, have it out of sight, and be able to use navigation. I'm not sure how useful that is, especially considering I'm a pretty techie person. I like to use Waze and kind of the latest navigation that has a lot of traffic avoidance. This does have the features where you can disable highways if you don't feel comfortable taking a scooter on highways, toll roads, whatever. I'd prefer to have a RAM mount with my phone running Waze. But the nice thing, this is a simple, easy to read interface versus looking at a small map, which could be a safety concern. You know, looking at just turn to turn is less distracting than looking at a map with small print if you had your phone on the handlebars. But on to the other functions of the app and what it does. So back to the app, you have the navigator, which I've just showed you a basic overview. Live tracking kind of just records your where you've gone with the bike. And the last one is how you connect it to other devices. So if I went ahead and paired it, hit update, had a Bluetooth helmet, I can go ahead and sync the helmet in there, you know, to the thing. Let me go to music of some sort. Let's see what we got. Spotify. I don't have a helmet hooked up, but let's hit play right here and see what it does. So shows you the song. I don't know what these songs are, whatever I had. And you can go volume up, volume down. Of course, it says not possible since it's not paired to a Bluetooth headset or speaker. Then you can press the center button to pause it. So pretty simple controls. Left, right for back and forward for the song, up, down for the volume. Press the center for the pause or resume playing. And back to the app. You know, if you went back to the navigator and reconnected it, you can reconnect the navigation and resume the navigation. Well, here's an example of a bug right here. I'm trying to get back to the navigation, but doesn't really want to show it. But eventually when you do move, it will switch over to that. Like I said, that's about all the functionality extra that this app and the digital dash does. One thing with the Primavera Sport, they do not have the Bluetooth module that interface to a phone. You can also see your overall statistics, your average miles, your consumption, the fuel consumption, the average speed. Obviously, it's not logging it right this time. You can log your trips and review them. It's where you can set more vehicles. I can add more vehicles to the, if you have more than one Vespa that has the Bluetooth interface. And you could shop online. That only works in Europe. Boo to the online shop, you should buy from us. You got the Vespa World News, which is, I think just takes you to their website, service and dealer locators. Guess what? Doesn't have any of the dealers in it. I couldn't even find the European dealers in there. I still need to update it, but whatever, taking me to the website. What do I think? That's all I think about it. I like the bike a lot, don't get me wrong, just not too impressive. So as you can see, I'm not too excited about the digital instrumentation. Not too impressive. It looks cool, but that's all I think about it. On to the trim, starting with the front. For the Supertech, you get the yellow spring. You get the all black wheel with a yellow decal on the wheel. Moving on to the chevrons in the horn cover. They are a gloss black, only found on the Supertech, not red or chrome. Onto the glove box, you have a T for Tech and a 300 badge. Onto the rear, you have a Super badge with the yellow. Looks pretty cool. I've never seen the yellow used on the Super badge. It's the first time. Part number's on the screen for that. And onto the seat. One of the more unique seat covers I've seen on a Vespa. Patterned after the standard GTS seat, you have a textured matte finish vinyl. You have double stitching, yellow and black. And then you have a texture that's very similar to denim in a black finish. It's vinyl. I don't think it's impervious to water, so water won't get through it, but kind of a neat texture. Looks pretty sharp. I like it. Carried over to yellow stitch on the back of the seat. And of course, the color, something to die for, at least for me. I like the color a lot. It's light color, kind of reminiscent of cement. as exciting as that sounds, I kind of like cement. So there you have it. 8 different trim packages for the Vespa GTS 300. Starting with the standard GTS to the Touring with some extra accessories, the Super, the Super Sport, the Supertech, the Yacht Club, the Note, and the SEAT-GTS. Quite a few different trims for the same bike, but adds a lot of excitement and personality. You can buy one right off the showroom floor. Give us a call, 619-280-1718. Extension 604 is the sales department. June 2019, we have them all in stock for the 2020 fully loaded. Later in the year, I think we're gonna get the latest edition of the Note, Yacht Club, and the SEAT-GTS, which I think is gonna be this color, but with a flat finish on it instead of the green like they've had for 2 years now. So there you have it. If you haven't seen my review video that I did the day we got our first Super Sport 2020 HPE, check it out. 2 weeks into it, it's got over 50,000 views. Been a pretty popular video for us. It's gotten a lot of attention, a lot of calls, a lot of people interested in buying these bikes. The dyno video, a little bit of a disappointment. The top speed's a little bit lower. I've heard people say that European ones are faster. No, that's not the case. They're the same. These things are the same between it. It's the transmission that's limiting the top speed. So soon I'll do a video on how to hop up the transmission and get decent performance close to what the Malossi cylinder kit gives you, because this motor definitely makes more power, and I like that. And plus there's lots of other cool little fixes, updates, you know, subtle changes that make it kind of a unique bike versus the 2019. But here's the color range and trim packages for 2020. Until next time, this is Robot here from Vespa Motorsport in San Diego. Check out our website, scooterwest.com, for all things Vespa. If you bought one of these bikes and you're not in the area and are looking for accessories, just give us a call, 619-280-1718. Give the sales guys a call. They're pretty familiar with it. We have a lot of the top cases. We're frequently adding stuff to our website, but sometimes a little bit behind. Extension 602 is the sales department. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Vespa Motorsport. Follow me, Robot Vespa. For all Vespa videos, get notification, hit subscribe, and a little bell wherever it is down on your mobile device or computer, TV, whatever. And you'll see our weekly updates to our videos. Later.